Why, hello and greetings, everyone. GleeCon here once more, bringing you another episode of the long-running series, Lore of Warcraft. On this show, we cover everything, both in-game and out, that is constituted as lore. So that might be books, it might be magazines, it might be videos, it might be manga, and it is very often the games themselves where we try and play through every game in a way that covers every quest and every line of dialogue. So we're going to resume a journey today through Classic Era. We're in Searing Gorge doing an Alliance run, this time with a Ret Paladin, Contessa. So stay a while and listen. We are mostly through the zone. There is a pretty fair chance we can finish it today. It's not a very large zone, but there is a little bit of grindiness to the end, and that's something we're going to have to address today. So, we are here in Ironforge for a reason. I can't quite remember why. Now, we have Peritualoon, Mysterious Artifact, Incendosaur, we have to do all of that. The Flames Casing itself is a quest that's ready to be turned in, right there. But we were really stuck with this Peritualoon. I think I leveled up. Yeah, that's why I wanted to come here. We leveled up, and we are going to need to do some math for the actual grind. So that's a little bit of a part of what we're doing. I have to remember where the Paladin trainers are. Maybe they're down in the military ward. But we had died. I needed some time. We could probably drop some of this stuff. But we're getting close to needing to do an Incendosaur grind with the Thorium Brotherhood. So we have to eventually get ourselves to friendly to complete technically all Searing Gorge quests. There are a couple that we're going to need to what am I thinking for? There's a couple we still need to do that are going to really give us some good money or whatever, or reputation. All right, so we are going to need Kingsblood, so this is not the worst idea. We're going to need somewhere close to 100, maybe 80 quest turn-ins of 4 Kingsblood each. Kingsblood at 11 silver apiece is not too bad. Kingsblood at 2 gold each for a 20 stack. Not the best. It's a unit price of about 11. So I'm going to go ahead and buy out 1 stack of that. We already have iron right now, and we're going to go with heavy leather as well. That's 10 stacks, so 1 gold for 2 turn-ins is kind of crap. But it's only 5 silver more than this. See, this is a unit price of about 4. So it's actually really not that bad. I'll buy 1 20 stack, but leather is not where it's at. It's not where we want to go. So I'm buying those things while we're here because we are going to need to do multiple turn-ins, but we're going to save the grind for the end when we have to calculate some things. So there are 3 ways to reach friendly with the Thorium Brotherhood. It's a repeatable quest. Well, 1, you can complete all the quests in the area. We still have Incendosaurs. Whateverosaur is more like it, am I right? We have the... that might be it. I'm not sure if the others really add anything to it. When we turn those... I went to the Mystic Ward, dang it. When we turn those quests in, we're going to find out where our ultimate reputation is. Luckily, we are human. That gives us a 10% reputation gain. We need 2,362 more points right now. And I can't remember how much rep you get every time you turn in one of the 3 quests that are repeatable. I want to say somewhere in the ballpark of 25, so that means we would be getting 27.5 or getting 55 every 2 turn-ins. But I could be a little off on that, but I really think that's about where it's at. Alright, so we're in the military ward right here. It looks like maybe I was wrong and I should have gone Mystic Ward. Not sure. Let's talk to a guard.
What do you need directions
Class
to?
trainer. I don't usually come here.
Dang
it. I was wrong. It is Mystic Ward.
Iron Hammer would be the one you'd want to see.
Alright.
You can find him in the Hall of
I kept instinctively walking in that direction, so obviously that was my initial instinct, and then I started doing it subconsciously, so part of my brain knew we should be going to the Mystic Ward. But we struggled to get the the Elite Twilight's Hammer killed. It's pretty hard to solo them. We still need this release them, and we need the Prayer to Illune. Both of them are tricky. So, alright, while we're in here, let's go to find our Paladin Trainer. There's one, Beldruk Doombrow. Alright, so first of all, getting a quick Consecration rank 2 is going to be great. Upping that little baby 64 damage. I can now basically double it and get a nice 120 holy damage, so that's good. And then immediately jumping from 120 to 192. Now the mana is up to 320, so that part's a little trickier. But oh, wait a minute, I saw a third. So a fourth rank of Consecration, now 435, but doing 280 damage. Okay, so that's good. So from the holy perspective, jumping up to Consecration rank 4, because it was so late when I got it, is good. I can actually do real damage. 280 damage is a little better than the 90 or whatever I was doing. And that was basically free, just a few silver. Blessing, I don't do Holy Shock, I'm not a Shockadin. Blessing of Wisdom upgrade is 30 mana every 5 seconds, up from 25. I do enjoy that. It helps me with mana recovery. And it will be important with dungeons and raids. It's an important buff that I enjoy. And then Greater Blessing of Wisdom I can now learn. So this is going to be the one that requires the Symbol of Kings. I have a stack of those, but it's similar to this Greater Blessing of Might, which does mean I'm going to have to bump over some of these things right here. Like my Light of the Loon now is going to have to get knocked out. So Greater Blessing of Wisdom is only a raid-focused thing. It is not... Oh, I should have kept that, but it is not... It just gives Blessing of Wisdom to the whole raid instantaneously, and it lasts for 15 minutes instead of 5. So it's just more practical in raid situations. Holy Light rank 8, that's cool. That's going to give me now healing 1300, but you have to down rank Holy Light a lot, but really Holy Light's not the problem. Having that max rank, it's just Flash of Light, keeping that at a manageable rate. That is a really cool way to heal. So we didn't get any of that. So a lot of Holy on this level, so that's going to help us. It increased our burst heal, increased our Blessing of Wisdom, which is helpful, and we really buffed up our Consecration. Now from Protection, Blessing of Sacrifice going to the next rank, transfers 55 damage. This is if you're tanking. I don't tank on this character very much at all, so... And even if you do, you're not frequently using that, so that's kind of a minor one. Hammer of Justice is a good one. Now it's 6-second stun, up from 5. Now that's good because that turns into direct damage reduction, direct increased use of time for Seal of Command, Judgment of Command. That's a pretty 1 extra second for that. I like that. How can I help you? And we get nothing from Retribution. As a matter of fact, Retribution's almost completed because we've spec'd out that tree, but there's really less, and it's honestly the field of Paladinhood that is least popular, many considered least effective. People don't play with it. I've always loved a Ret Paladin. Now, in retail, that's all different. In Season of Discovery, that's different. But in Classic, it is very much the case. Alright, so I don't know that we have much of anything else that I need for smelting while I'm here. I guess we can smelt some of these things. Okay, go after that. Why not? While we're here at the Great Forge, we might as well do our forging. We're slowly trying to work our way through blacksmithing through the use of crafting of mithril spurs. I got lucky and got a mithril spur recipe drop on a different account or a different character, and I was able to send it over here. Steel we don't need. That's part of needing the coal. There's a lot of gold that is required to max out this to max out the rep for Thorium Brotherhood. If you're lucky and there's not a lot of inflation going on at the time for the things you need, You can maybe hope to get it done in around 30 to 40 gold. Someone says in the chat, Hulk Hogan and his worst rival came into a restaurant I worked at, buying each other lunch, and I said, "Don't you hate each other?" And they laughed and said, "Only on TV." That tracks. Alright, we can also kind of downgrade... Oh, these cindercloth gloves. I'm going to send that. We need to go via mailbox and send that to my tailor. We'll do that when we land. I don't feel like... Oh, you know what? We'll go back out because I want to go to the bank anyway. To stash some of these mithril... Oh, let's make another mithril spur. The mithril spurs are just so useful because of their... they only require 4 mithril bars, so even at yellow, where it's not 100%, doesn't matter. So useful. Now we're at 262, so if we get lucky, we'll be at 265. I can't remember how far. I mean, we're going to keep going mithril spurs until it's no longer yellow anymore. Someone says, "Shut up, this is in looking for group, blah, blah, blah." Like, and everyone's like, "Dale, go back to retail." Somebody named Dale said that. Your mom's a different channel. There is no other channel there, Dale. Oh, man. I work with a guy named Dale. He's about 30 years my senior. And I could see Dale getting pretty hot and bothered about, like, those kids on the lawn kind of thing. Oh. It's funny. So it's a Saturday morning here in the real world. That might not be when you watch this video, but that is... So we did miss. We only got 2... We only got 2 mithril spurs. So we have a bunch. I've got 5 sitting in here. I guess I could offer them up for free. I will offer it up. Dang it, I can't get an auto run. But I'm gonna... That's too much, like, I could sell it on the auction house. I'm gonna go over by the bank. But I have so much, and they probably don't sell for very much. You could maybe sell a few in the auction house if I want. You get in trouble. Maybe I'll get Mafia'd out of the game if I... I'll send these to old Dadgar. I will send this recipe. Okay. I'll put a couple in the bank, and then
Talk to me.
I already have 4 in there. I'll maybe add 1 more. That's it. I don't even have room. We can get rid of this. Couple of these things, like preserved holly. I don't care that much about that. Okay, we'll throw that in there. Can't purchase bag slots right now. I don't want to. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and sell this woolen bag. I don't need to. Some of these, yeah, these small 6-slot bags. Yeah, screw that. I don't need to keep those. Let's get those out of here. I think that's pretty good. I don't need snowballs either. That's unnecessary. So that will... It's pretty solid. I got a lot of deep rock salt. Get that. Add that to that stack. Okay, I think that's okay for now. Oh, we also wanted to turn in some of this cloth. So I have the cloth person right there. That's another thing. Yeah, I need to do that too. Now I remember. Okay, let's find a shop here to sell some of this stuff. Nobody seems to care. Let's sell these old bags. I don't care about those. We're just doing a little bit of maintenance from all the killing we've been doing, you know. We need solid grinding stones. We can also use this one dense grinding stone. That'll help us a little bit too. I mean, we use them, so that's important. Okay, so now let's see what else we can sell. Those sell for only 2 silver each. No wonder people give them away for free. Got that thick leather I'll keep up there. This white spider meat we could also be cooking. Solid stone still there. Dense grinding stone. We got the star rubies. Thorium bars. Making stacks. Okay. These we're going to need. Put them up there for a minute. Alright, so another thing I want to do is cook up my white spiders. Because that's pretty good. That's a good buff. Yeah, I have 1 stack of that. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Let's go check out, I guess, the auction house. What could I sell mithril spurs for? If they're really not worth it, then I will just sell them for the... I spelled it wrong. So, yeah, they sell for 30 silver each. I'm not playing that game. Alright, and that's probably because you see this uptick of people that are just like, hey...
What can I get for you today?
Alright, I'll sell all those stacks of them. Alright, cool. Almost done here, we can fly back and actually play. Not as long as sometimes what we get into. But all of this that I'm doing right now, we might end up having to visit Ironforge one more time. It's just going to depend on how fast can we get Prayer to a Loon and how successful can we be with release them. We struggled last time. I got into one of the worst cardinal sins that you can get into. Yeah, we can't do the mage weaves yet. In the game, which is getting on a cycle of you go deep into some hard mobs that take you a long time to kill, and then you fail, and they start to replenish before you're ready, and then...
What can I do? Aye, you there. If you want to earn the respect of the dwarves of Ironforge, then you can start by donating valuable resources. Ironforge finds itself running low on cloth piece. Textiles and bandages don't grow on trees, you know. Rather than cash in various cloth pieces you find adventuring, donate them. Doing so will earn you the recognition of the dwarven people of Ironforge. Safe travels.
Mage Wave is running low, and we could use your help to replenish our stocks. By counting on the community as a whole, we would only need a donation of 60 pieces of Mage Weave cloth from you to enable us to reach our goal. Such generosity would not go unnoticed by Ironforge, I assure you. You have the 60 pieces of Mage Weave cloth on you and are ready to donate them. I'm able to take them from you now.
Wonderful. We thank you for your generous donation, adventurer.
Perfect. So just another free 3,300 XP. And we'll go ahead and stash a little of these guys up here. And I think we're almost ready to go. I just want to hit that cooking pot up so that we can cook up our white spider meat before we go. And then we've kind of taken all the resources we got on the last episode and moved them into usable resources on our end. Cleaned up our bag space a little bit. We're going to need that bag space to be cleaned up when we get to the Incendosaur grind, which is a part of our life. Where is the cooking pot? Where is it? Dang it, can I just cook right here on this brazier, maybe? We need these spider sausage. Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can. Okay. So that will just help me fill up that, and I love it. That will give me 2 spots of inventory back also. We won't be killing very many more of those. We do have some fishing we need to do. I don't necessarily want to do it here, and so that is another thing we're behind. There's not really a lot of fishing to do in Searing Gorge.
The wild hammer dwarves might have fast steeds, but can those
And back we go. So what are we going to do when we land?
The Great Forge? I think not.
First of all, how's my mage weave? We have a 13 stack, that's about it. So we need to get one more 60 stack before we can start repumping the mage weave back into maxing out. You can use mage weave to help you get all the way to 300. So save your rune cloth at first for turning in for reputation, or unless you're a tailor, of course. Then all of that stuff becomes secondary. But we're gonna go fight these guys again. So when you fight the elite Twilight guys, they're tricky, and I'm just not really sure what I should do with them. Maybe I should switch back over. I was going offensive, and I kind of wavered between being offense and defense. I burned through a lot of potions. Running a couple buffs whenever I can is a smart idea. It's just a tricky, and it's a tricky area. You have to work your way through. Then there's a whole ring of guys, and you just got to be careful. Flames casing we can turn in right now too. Why not? The Flames casing, I think, was part of what we were doing. So I'm actually not going to turn it in, because the Flames casing was killing these dudes. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So we're going to go up, and there are multiple places. If we were just fighting for the Flames casing, we could fight down here, although I have found I've had a little bit of better luck fighting up on the hill up here. Okay. What you need to do, unfortunately, these guys are a pain in the butt. We're going to go ahead and eat some of this spider sausage, get ourselves going. The Geomancers are my favorite to fight. They're the easiest. A lot of these guys just have very strong buffs. So you just have to go full on. You have to dump in full mana to them. That's another thing I was going to do, is buy more juice. I'm down to 6. Darn it. Okay, so use both buffs. Unfortunately, now I just took a bath on that. I gotta try to not die before he gets me. Okay, come on. My judgment wore off again, and now I'm pretty much out of mana. These guys are terrible. So I wasted mana on this one. Dang it. I'm going to have to use a potion. Try to get there offensively. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Thank goodness. See, that's how stinking close it gets. Alright, I forgot I need to hopefully get some juice, some water, whatever. We need like a full 20 stack to get there, to get through this. Hopefully we can buy some at the Thorium Brotherhood right up there. That was one major thing I forgot, because we basically need to drink full between every single fight if we want to keep our speed up. And that's kind of what slowed us down too, is I was kind of pussyfooting around, you know, just trying to get where I could get. But if we could get some food and water. I don't know if they sell any here. They don't have a typical inn.
Burninate's the name. Smith.
He does, thank goodness.
And
okay.
I sell a little food and water.
So we're gonna buy.
Care for some meat?
Yeah, so I just bought a 20 stack and one more. That's about okay. I could buy meat. I'm not as worried about the meat because we could just toss a heal spell on ourselves. Flash of light, let's see what we have here. That, we've done the math before. Essentially, we're doing 115 for 308 healing. This is 5 times as much. But not 5 times as much life. So that means in a vacuum, Flash of Light wins out. Now, those guys that we just killed, they're the most difficult, for sure. The Geomancers are the easiest. The Initiates are somewhere in the middle. So these Geomancers, like, we don't necessarily have to have full... a full, whatever, surplus of moves. Now, what you have to do for the Geomancers is... depends on your move. But you want to kind of save your stuns for when they go into that mode there. And obviously you saw from my last thing, you can't go all out offense. Can't do that. Didn't work out. Yeah, now you want to save both stuns. You can stun when you're... There we go. Try to do something to me, but it failed. So this is what I meant by you can just go ahead and heal up and then use a drink every time. So that was the easier one, as you saw, much easier, but we still are going to have to come out of it to drinking a juice, and because we've got to clear this whole ring before despawns happen. Maybe I need to go not Blessing of Sanctuary on this. It might be better to get an extra 620 armor. Let's see, 620 armor is about 20% of my armor. And it's a little bit more than 20%, 22% or something like that. So it's going to add an extra 5 to 6% damage reduction if I come off of this. And Retribution is kind of hard too. So I don't know. These guys we could go. They are the Geomancers we can stick with. We can stick with leaving the Sanctuary on, because they're not hitting us with a lot of... half their damage or more is fire. Now we could go Flame Protection against them. Okay. Same deal. Now we've got to be careful here, because when we pull this guy, it'll technically put us in combat with these Idolaters. So got to be careful. That's the artifact, but pretty much have to clear the people around it. We also need to be killing these, because... So now this is going to get us... I need to pull this guy away as much as possible. Nope. Let's try... I'll go with Fire Resistant Zora and just see how much that helps my life against them. I don't know if it'll be good or not. They hit us with that. If you are a ranged attacker, it's even better, because once they trigger that Firestorm, you can just move out of the way and keep pummeling them, and they'll keep channeling it. It's pretty great. It's worth it. I don't always use the mana to get myself in Hammer of Wrath, but it's... Come on, come on. Jeez, that was rough. Okay. So we're gonna go... I'm just gonna go for a big one here. Just for time. Okay, so now we're gonna drink another one. So that's good. It's gonna let us drink. We pulled far enough away. We did not chain the Idolaters, but we have to get the Idolaters when we come in here. So we're going to go around and kill the non-Idolaters first, because we might be able to channel our way out of this. Possibly. We might have to kill like one here, but that Geomancer. Luckily, it's also random which kind of guys spawn. And I'm going to try against these guys, the armor. Okay, I want to pull these a little bit away because they don't chain together very easily. But they do chain together, and sometimes they're technically aggroed onto you. That's what you do. You save it for when you've got vengeance. These guys are annoying. Come on. So now my Seal of Command is worn off. Not a lot I can do there. I had to get that. There was a Strength of Stone and Vengeance overlap. That's very rare. Okay. Okay, same deal. We'll go heavy on the this. Okay, and then we'll go for a drink. Alright, so we got one Idolater, and this is what you just have to do. If you go in knowing, hey, I've got to keep it up as fast as possible. I'm going to burn through a lot of resources here. It's going to be drinking intensive. These guys are going to drive me to drink. We can do okay. Also, again, we got lucky on the... We have a lot of Geomancer. Oh, okay. So this guy, he aggroed. They don't always do that. This one did. Okay. Go in defense on this one. Don't know if it's my best bet, but Strength of Stone is not enough for me to want to use a... But all these guys do, if you notice, is... All they do is hit. Just staff hit, but they're solid. They're strong. They might have some kind of curse or something to do. And it's tempting to want to be like, come on. Okay, so that was a good one. Okay, so again, we're just going to take it for granted. We're not going to be like, can I get away without drinking this time? We're just going to drink every time. So we're going to go for that Geomancer this time, and then there's another Geomancer right there. We want those two to pull. Possibly this third Geomancer in the back. Possibly. And actually, it's probably safe. Better safe than sorry. Also, we need, every time, we need, we're looking for these, what are they called? The Prayer to a Loon. We need that. It's a low drop rate, and we need it. Okay, remember, we're just going for, we stun them when they use their flame thing, because we're melee. Got him. Now that one was so good. Okay, this time we really are going to be like, okay, fine. Only downside is we don't have the stun really ready for us, so we're going to take a few hits here. And they're coming at us full-blown fire. He's going to use the thing now. No, he didn't. Dang it. So I interrupted him by putting him to sleep. Okay, so now he's going to hit me with that. So I got to wait for him to channel a little bit. That's okay, it'll let me have some mana. Yeah, we'll just use it as a time for recuperation. Fortunately, it made us lose our Seal of Crusader, but not the end of the world. Okay. Now we just have to come out here, yeah. Hope that we get. Okay, we're getting a little low. 3 minutes, so I'll go ahead and buff up, and then I'm gonna drink this bad boy, and I'll go ahead and eat another spider sausage, even though we have 3 minutes, just to use this time. I didn't have the mana to heal. Alright, so we've kind of cleared the way. There's another Geomancer right there we gotta be careful for. We got a Geomancer right here we've got to get. So we do have to be careful. We haven't quite cleared the area yet. Okay. So. Got to pull this guy somewhat, and he has double pulled. So we're gonna need luck on his idolater. Does that do damage to us too? Oh no, but it does decrease our attack speed too. So if it was just movement speed, I could maybe ride it out. But... Come on, give him a hit. Come on, get him a hit. There you go. Oh, I forgot to have that belt on that. Wallop some. Nice. Okay. Alright, now, we are technically going to still be in combat. No, are we? Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and throw a heal. I think we might... Yeah, we're technically in combat because of that guy. He is aggroed onto us, and we have no mana. But that's okay, because I kind of need to come around this other side for this Geomancer right there anyway. So what we need to do is break aggro. We need to break the aggro range so that we can drink. Just going to keep trying to pull that off. There we go. Okay, it's gonna get close to respawn time now. That's what we're now fighting, our respawn time. Very close. Okay, we're gonna go after this dude right now. He's gonna chain aggro the other one. Gotta pull him down and around. See, you can tell because the idolater talked. Okay, but we don't want to pull him too far down. That was a waste of mana because you don't want to get into the path. The first person that will respawn is the guy that Pat's right here. We don't want that. Come on. He resisted something. Well, we need some luck on our hits here. Okay, that's not too bad. Got him. Okay. So again, we're going to go ahead and do this again. Okay, they're respawning. So that's unfortunate. And we're still in aggro range. So we need to get out of aggro range because they are respawning. I just saw one respawn. We got to get far enough away so we break that aggro chain. Come on. Come on. Come on, bro. There we go. Alright. Okay, so we got to be very careful. Now, the person that aggroed was the person that respawned was that guy. So we're close. We could potentially maybe get... I think if I get him, I'll try for both of those. We're gonna try. Because they don't chain together very close, but... Okay, so I'm gonna wait until I get a Vengeance proc, and then that's when we'll go for the Judgment. Cool if they happen at the same time, but well. Come on. Come on, bro. Not getting one. Okay. Okay. We got a Strength of Stones proc. We've had two in this same set here. There we go. Got one. He missed. I mean, great. Bro. See, now this is bad. Come on, get him. Oh, man. Oh, no! Let me go. Where's my Prayer of Elune potion? Where's my blue potion? Where's my blue potion? Oh no! I de-aggroed him. Now this is a bad sitch because now I'm running from him. He's gonna reset. Can't get out of that. I'm still in. There we go. That sucks. That really, really sucks. This could be it's a nightmarish situation. Because that slowdown right there with aggroing onto that Geomancer, chaining onto it. Yep, they're all respawning. Gosh, forsake it. I gotta get up to that thing. I gotta somehow get around these guys. Oh my gosh. This is exactly what you don't want to happen, and this is what started happening to us last time. Gosh, we just have to be patient and see who we can go. That's terrible. Terrible, 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 terrible. It's one small bad play. One mistake. One bad luck where I couldn't kill that idolater. Because that was it. That was the key. He was the final idolater, and now we're back. That's frustrating. Alright, we just have to be smart, patient, do what we need to do. Okay, we got the Prayer to Elune. That's good. If I come up this side, maybe I don't have to fight that Geomancer. Good. I do still have to fight this guy, though. Alright, so we've got to... Now this idolater is back. We've got to get him so I can run in there. I can maybe try to get around it, but I've got to be able to beat him. And we need to do this quick before other people start respawning. Once these Geomancers start respawning on the edges, they will shoot you down with fireballs. So we need that off. Good, we got a nice hit with a vengeance. That's great. Okay. That vengeance going for another stun. Okay, now we're looking for another vengeance proc, maybe if we're lucky. Come on, get some hits. Got him. Okay, now we've got to be at full health. Get this going. Okay, that's another idolater. So we're gonna try to get this. We tried this bubble before. You cannot be bubbled when you get that Twilight artifact. Pretty sure you cannot be bubbled. Go for mana. Okay, so he ran off to me. Okay, so we have to fight him, because for whatever reason, he came. Okay. This is why we waited until we were... Okay. Good. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to heal up. I'm going to save myself with some potions here. I'm going to just try the same way I came through here. But you got to stand on top of it. Oh, dang it. I'm not quite on top of it. You have to be standing on top of it so that you don't constantly take the lava damage. Thank goodness. Okay, we're going to heal up a little bit and get the heck out of here. Whew. Okay, that was definitely scary for me. Oh, I'm considered in combat. They didn't like that I stole their thing. A mysterious artifact. Alright. So, we're going to go back into town now. We're going to turn in some of these things. Whew. Lordy, lordy. That was... tougher than it had to be, for sure. Alright, there is a release them. That's underground. It's not actually right there. Let's go ahead and repair here. 4 silver on that. Sell this cloak. We did get some good mage weave, and you got good XP. One thing that I didn't mention just now, but we were getting 1,000 XP per kill, 1,000 to 800, so averaging 900 XP a kill. That's pretty good. And we ended up killing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11. 11 guys. So we just gained 11,000 XP just from the killing part of it, not even counting the quest. Alright, so we are now going to turn in the Flames casing and work on that part now that we can actually focus. Where are we on record time? So that's good. We are not even at the halfway part yet. Just crying. Without a suitable source of arcane energy, the Torch of Retribution cannot be completed.
The symbol radiates foul magic, perfectly suited for our task. Give me a moment to combine the pieces and apply the necessary enchantments.
Okay. So this is called the Torch of Retribution. It says that Velorok Windblade chants in an unknown tongue. Okay, so meanwhile, while he does that, we're going to go to the spreadsheet. One thing I do for you guys on the show is I compile a spreadsheet to give you both the order, if you wanted to do it in straight difficulty order of the game, and then to also do the order that we do it. Be patient, we contested. The torch is almost complete. There it is. It's like a green thing that just popped up. So we just did the Flames casing. That is not one that we will check off because we have to still do it on Horde. We'll run through that again. And then we just picked up the next one, which is called the Torch of Retribution. It's a 2-parter. We gained the first one, and that's an immediate turnaround and turn in. So if you look, he's got this greenish torch. He's glowing in front of him.
There is one final task that we must complete.
Okay.
The torch must now be bound to its owner. Pick up the torch, adventurer.
Okay, so now we want this green thing floating in the air in front of him. So we got Torch of Retribution 1 done, and we're picking up Torch of Retribution 2. Floating there in the air. No worries. No worries, mate. You grab the torch with both hands. Waves of hatred and anger pulse through your being. It says that Velorok Windblade falls to one knee. He looks exhausted. Alright, so we immediately completed that one as well, and we can talk to him. And you can tell him, I misplaced my torch. Squire Maltrake.
Speak with my envoy, Squire Maltrake. He will further instruct you as to the use of the Torch of Retribution.
Okay, so that's another easy bam, bam, bam. This is all just super quick. We're getting very close to wrapping up this chain, which is the one of the main chains of the zone.
Hey there. I live only to serve the master.
Okay.
Are you prepared to make your strike?
I sure am.
Listen well, adventurer. While the 4 towers can never be destroyed, you can use the Torch of Retribution to set them ablaze for a very long period of time. A fire that no element or force can subdue. While they are ablaze, no guard or sentry unit can inhabit the watch post, and thus their first line of defense is nullified. You must enter each tower and use the Torch of Retribution within their fortifications. Beware the elite sentry units of the Dark Iron, adventurer. Yeah, now, this is true, so Squire Maltrake is done, and this last one is called Set Them Ablaze. It's not the last one, but the last one of this chain before we head down to do the 2 things really. Now this quest is not as hard, even though it is an elite quest and it's a level 52 elite. It's not that bad because you can gimmick your way through it. You just need to get to the top of the tower. There is 1 elite guard guarding the top of each tower. And, you know, there's a couple lookouts outside of each tower, but you can blow past them. So like that guy right there. We're going to... There's all kinds of ways around this sitch here. So, for instance, let's say you... Now, if you're a warrior, you're just gonna have to go fight your way up. Okay, so sorry, warriors. This game sucks for you. Paladins, we have some options because of our stuns. You can at least use Hammer of Justice, but you can also use Repentance if you don't want to fight these guys, because there's only 1. And you could... I'm going to go ahead and see how hard the fight is, because we'll take any XP we can get. But absolutely, there's... Instead, we could just, you know, Hammer of Justice,
repentance, the whole thing. Like, we could just put him to sleep and then do it. If we don't want to deal with fighting. It's valid. Come on, buddy. Okay, I'm going to switch back to my sanctuary. I like that one a little better. We're going to be doing some killing soon. There are these tiny little nubs. There they are. Each of these towers has one tiny little nub like that. Oh, you have to equip the staff to do it, though, so that's another side piece. Like, if you're going to do a run where you are determined to just blow through, you got to go in with whatever move you have ready, go in equipped, ready to roll. You have to do this 4 times. What I just did, you've got to do it 4 times. Now, I don't mind for us just fighting our way through, but another option would be you just go up, you stun the guy, you let him come close to you, you stun, and then you light the tower and run. As you saw, it's very quick. You could even avoid having to light it at all. I mean, having to stun at all. And just go up there, light that bad boy, run. And just, yeah. So, if you have any of the slightest stun or distraction, like, you could charge with the warrior's stun and probably be quick enough to get in there. If you are a hunter, just get your pet to distract. If you are a shaman, you could whatever, Earthbind Totem would probably give you enough. Sentry Totem, you could kite him a little bit with Frost Shock. It's going to be, we will see when we do it on our shaman. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and buff up a little bit here, use some more resources since we're technically doing elite stuff. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start working on the Incendosaur of it all. We'll go down there, and as we do that, we're going to look for the release them. I'll show you. I didn't do it last time. I will show you. Where we can. So what I would do is maybe I was really stressed about my ability to solo 48 elites. Ah, dang it. Waste of mana. Just wasted mana hardcore, so gotta be careful now. I might have to use a potion since I screwed that up so badly. Oh, we might be okay. These guys aren't so bad. Okay, got the strength of stone proc. Ugh, that was pretty close. Alright, so again, gotta go back and equip this. Light the bad boy on fire. Then get out of here. Get out of Dodge. Alright, so we've got 2 out of the 4 towers. You just keep following your way around the little mountainside and you'll be fine. We are going to need to drink a little more juice before we take on the next one. Now, the last tower is trickier. Oh, look. I forgot that we died. I need this mithril. I need to be looking. This is a great zone for ore, so. What did I get? Yeah, we're still 1 down with our. But yeah, when you're building mithril spurs, like every ore node is a chance at an entire point for blacksmithing. So way easier, than anything else you could do. Mail armor merchant. Do we have anything we really need to sell? Nah. Also up to 23. This is a good zone for what? That immediately. Another mithril over here. I could have sworn I saw an ore node. Dark iron? I don't think I've ever mined that before. Ah. This is up there, but I wonder how difficult it is to go grab it. Doesn't look like it's good. Oh. Look at that. And it will give me a chance of leveling up my mining, too. It's only green, but... Come on. Come on. Ugh. This is annoying. Come on. Jeez Louise, lame. Alright, cool. I don't know what dark iron is for, but I'll take it. Cool, I'm up to 285 mining, getting close to maxing that bad boy. Just 2. The nodes are definitely lamer. I guess that guy up there is a quest giver, but that's all considered Blackrock Mountain quests. We won't be doing those anytime soon. Let's get our other 2 towers. But this is it. There's no more, like, finale after this. If we can manage to set the 4 towers ablaze, then we're good. That one is the most difficult. It's a little harder to just run, smash, and grab it, but not impossible. So I'd say go ahead and fight your 1 lookout or whatever you have. So you could hypothetically combine this when we were doing the killing of the lookouts for the smith lookouts thing and the smithing gruyere or whatever it's called. Gruyere. Which we looked up what the heck that was. Okay. Alright, buddy. I'm gonna back it around to what I need. Just so that we're in the neighborhood. Strength of stone from that sword. Love it. Got a vengeance on that bad boy. I like that. Come on. Got him. Yeah, so they're not too tough. Got that 3rd one down. Let's go over where we got the dead one. Okay, and now for this final one, you have to cross the bridge. It's going to make it a little harder to avoid. You might have to do 2 or 3 fights on your way in, but you should still only have to fight the single lookout guard at the top. But yeah, as you look right here, you can kind of be strategic about the way you approach the bridge. I'm going on foot because it gives me some time to regenerate my mana and my life here. And you don't spend the mana to summon the horse. But yeah, on approach, probably could get away with fighting 1 or none. Then crossing the bridge, that guy's pretty much mandatory. Gonna have to fight that guy. Yeah, if you're high enough level, that won't aggro, so that's good. This one, that's a given. That guy is most likely a given. This other lookout right there. Better safe than sorry, I guess. Especially, it depends. Like, if I came out of this fight smelling like roses, I'd be like, whatever. But I'm gonna be like mid, so I'll go ahead and fight him, and then recoup my resources before I head in there for the last one. It's a little trickier too because you can't really jump off. Oh, there's a chest up there. Nice. Can't really jump off as much, so your exit strategy has to be a little bit better or you're going to end up suiciding yourself. Okay. Gonna go ahead and drink a moonberry juice. Nice that we drank all these. We recouped all the ones we lost. And we're basically we're not done with all of the elites in the area, because this one, you will see, that one's impossible for us to do alone. So that's a real thing. There's our last little torch right there. Like, we are gonna need probably 2 to 3 people, or I mean 1 to 2 others to help us. Okay. just in time. It's good. And we procced 275 on our swords. That's good. Okay. Cool. So we've cleared out the 4 areas. And one of the more interesting, didn't really get anything great, but we did get a juice back out of it. Okay. Sell some of that stuff when we go. Cool. Alright, so that is now done. We can mount back up on the horse now and blow past the rest of these guys. Go back and turn it in. Set Them Ablaze is now done. And we'll get a final quest called Trinkets, which is the reward quest for this set. Then I will take us underground to turn and release them, but really only so that we can be set up to spam asking for it in chat. As we wait for friends, we will take out Incendosaurs, Whateverosaurs is more like it. And then we'll go turn that one in, and we will do the math on how much grinding we're going to need. That is a very real thing. So let's look also around the world. Do we have anybody that might be something that we want to do? If I end up needing one more episode on this tomorrow, it's going to be a little annoying, but it is possible. If that ends up being the case, that because I can't get someone to help me do the next step after release them, I think it's called Rise Obsidian. Now we don't have to do that on Alliance, which is great. And we have something to do while we're waiting, which is grind out Incendosaurs. So all of these things are great, and I will heavily beg in chat for help. There's also mining down there. All right.
Greetings. It is glorious. Is it not glorious, Master?
Okay, so we could have a male head that is... It's more of a healing helmet. Nowhere near as good as what we have. Cloth leggings, meh. And a one-handed axe. It's a nice one-handed axe. But it's not going to compete with our two-hander.
For the Alliance.
Alright, so then look, he turns into a dragon.
Glorious indeed, Maltrake. It looks as if my plan worked perfectly. Wouldn't you say so, mortal?
Balrog the Deceiver lets loose a reptilian laugh. At least you think it's a laugh.
We would not have helped the Legion of Blackrock had we just asked for your assistance, now would you?
What will we do with them, Master? They are of no use to us anymore.
Silence, fool!
So,
they will live if only to see the fruits of their labor, the destruction and chaos that will surely ensue as the Legion of Blackrock invade the gorge. I leave you now, mortals, alive and with these trinkets. Maltrake, present them with the trinkets.
Right away, Master.
Oh yes, the mote. Do not lose it. There are those of my kin in the burning steppes that would craft items that only the most of the mote of the black dragonflight could fortify. The Legion of Blackrock comes, dwarflings. We shall scorch the earth and set fire to the heavens. None shall survive.
Alright, so... Cool. And then he's going to give us a quest called Trinkets. So basically, we just helped the Black Dragonflight, one of the main villains of part of Blackrock Mountain. They are obviously at war with the Dark Iron Brotherhood, which are, you know, it's just sort of... We're kind of neutral. It's the same as some of the bads that we've done in the past. We did help bad guys, but we helped them in their fight against other bad guys and the Thorium Brotherhood. So the chest appears locked. We open it. Open the chest. The chest opens at your touch. How much cheese could possibly be in here? There's only one way to find out. That's what you get out of most chests, right? Alright, so you get a few things here. That's useless to us. There is cheese and bread. But most importantly, you get this black dragonflight molt, a dull and gray patch of black dragon skin. I believe it is needed for some sort of repeatable quest or something later on when you do Blackrock Spire, Blackrock Depths. So we'll be sitting on that one for a little while. Okie dokie. Ooh, what's this? Oh, it just disappeared. Don't. Hopefully not because someone looted it. Yeah. That's more dark iron. Crazy. Like, I've never looted dark iron. That means people must be snatching it up at all times. And today I'm just getting lucky that the snatchers are not here. That's good. And that raised my mining up to 286. I don't know what we would need dark iron for again. I'll have to look at recipes. But I also don't even know if I know how to smelt dark iron yet, do I? No. So I don't even know where I learned how to smelt that bad boy. And maybe you can't smelt it and you just turn it in. I'm not sure. Another thing sitting around in our inventory. Now, I don't think there's a mailbox here. That's another tricky thing. Alright, so before I start spamming for help, we're gonna turn in some of this stuff. We did not get any good rep from doing all that. We can sell some of these goods. Okay, so these axes, that's good. I don't need life root. Don't need that. The heavy leather, I could consider saving that. I could have maybe saved those. The potions, sure. I guess I could keep them. Yeah, I'll sell them. Okay, now as far as smelting goes, there are forges everywhere here. Click the wrong thing. So we could smelt at least the 2 mithril I have. Get that off of my... I'm not going to smelt steel. Alright, so... we're now going to get the Incendosaur quest and the Release Them quest. I'll show you the one other way we haven't gone in yet. There is another shortish cut. The Incendosaurs are very easy. It's a very easy grind. It's just time consuming, as is any grind. Alright, so if you want to take a shortcut in, you just have to walk. I walk too slowly. Yikes. That was a dangerous situation. Okay. Luckily I was at full, I lived through the fall and was able to stun that guy, but I guess don't walk as slow as I did, because what you want to do is walk and drop onto that box and then come down here. This is not necessarily the shortest way to do what I wanted to do. I just wanted to... there's the gate in, so you just skip the gate, basically. You jump in right on the other side of the gate. I just wanted to show you guys that once on Alliance. We'll do it again on Horde. I'm trying to get around with fighting as little of these guys as possible. Now I gotta fight 2 of them. What I get for being greedy. Go off to the side a little bit. I don't want that hat to come back in. Yeah, it's a little low. Yeah, now he'll run. And I just don't want him to aggro. Will he run and then aggro back on? Probably. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of chill. Save my mana. These slave workers are not that tough. And I do think they run. Alright, so we got a mithril over there. I gotta kill for mithril. Mithril's where it's at. We just don't want him to run, that's all, and aggro onto other dudes. That's all. Okay. There was some... oh, that's small thorium over there. Ooh, we got an aquamarine. Don't really need that, I guess. What I need to be saving up for now is the star rubies. Good, that was a 4. Okay, the reason why I'm coming through here is because we need to turn in this Release Them quest. because that will open up the next part, which is Rise Obsidian. Which, again, you cannot do on your own. Yeah, let's go with probably don't need to do that on these easier guys. The combo of the Judgment of Crusader is probably not actually worth the mana in the long term. So these are the ones that we went to Ironforge. The guy died. He was shot by the sniper. We went to Ironforge, told him about it. They said there are some people he was trying to work to free. The regular dwarves here, and here they are. And they're forced to work on this obsidian character. And then we turn in the release them. Place a mysterious artifact on the altar of Sumtra. So we have now done release them. So if we go back over to release them, we've now completed that. That's actually going to allow us to pick up Rise Obsidian, which is very close to finishing our last quest. We talked to this guy.
It was all a trap. Forgive me. Kill the bastard. Kill him for us. For Thorius.
Okay, so it was all a trap. Slay Lothric the Black and Obsidian and return to Thorius and Ironforge with the head of Lothric the Black and the heart of Obsidian. Now, we do not have to worry because you have to... And he says, "Bravo, bravo, good show. You thought I was dead. Fools. I knew that if I played upon my brother's feeble emotions, he would send resources. How easy it is. I might have just screwed up the whole thing. To manipulate you into recovering the last Suntara stone from those imbeciles of the Twilight's Hammer. Dorius says, no, when I stumbled upon... Let me whisper. Oh no. Let's see if I can save this. No, I need them to be on my team. Oh no. Crap. I'm dead. I didn't also... They're gonna help me? So if they're gonna help me, that's cool. That might help us through. It's a little bit annoying. I think there's something about one of them despawning. There's a way to do this that's a little bit better, but if they're going to be as a level 60, if they're going to help me, I see them running, and we might have just lucked out into a complete positive situation. I'm going to run. I see where they're going. I'm going to try to follow them. Yeah. But there was a level 60 bouncing right past me, so I was like, oh man, maybe you could help me. I forgot. I knew there was a trick. So basically, as soon as you turn in that other quest, as soon as you accept Rise Obsidian, I thought maybe it was like a, hey, this is gonna... This is gonna send you... like you had to use the altar to summon them. I was wrong on that. It was... This is Fran Drancy. Yeah, it was not that easy. They instantly summoned. I knew there was a tricky thing. I know there is a way you can get one and not the other. There's a way you can try to separate them. You have to, like, put yourself on hostile towards the Thorium Brotherhood or some crap like that so that you can start attacking the guy early, then you can pull him and then fight Obsidian separate. There's a whole thing that you can do with that. Okay. Okay, we'll go with Retribution Aura, and I'm gonna go ahead and eat this, and I'll drink one of my moon juices, and okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit some buffs for me too. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and have that open for the thing. Alright, so alright, I will... Yeah, so I'm spamming out here. What's a salve? I don't know what he's talking about. Blessing of Salvation. Okay, so that will lower the threat. Okay. Oh no. Oh. So that stings. Okay, so we gotta look and see. Rise Obsidian. Because he's saying hopefully they both reset. How long? So we have to wait 5 minutes. That stinks. So 5 minutes, I guess, is not too long. It's just kind of annoying. So my talking dropped off because this is a tricky thing, and it kind of went outside of my Went outside of my planned areas here. Which is a little annoying, but whatever. It is what it is. I don't remember exactly when we did this. I should have looked at the timer. My guess is we probably have at least 3 more minutes. So we'll wait on this. But this is good because once we do this, all we're going to have to do is grind Incendosaur stuff. Oh, I forgot we have to turn in Prairie Loon too, which that's in Darnassus. Ah, that's a bummer. We can save that like for the end because we're going to have to go buy some stuff. And pretty sure I have to abandon this quest to pick up the other one from the actual thing. Or maybe I can just re-pick it up. So I do appreciate this person helping out. That is nice of them. They don't have to do this. One other time I did this with my mage, I think there was 2 other people. We were doing it at the same time. But we got lucky that not only did someone walk by, but that they were also Alliance, that they were level 60. Alright, so we have already been another minute or so. Just go after this guy, just keep clearing the area. So right now we're just waiting for him to oh, there you go, he despawned. Okay. Okay. So alright. Okay, so let me put the salvation blessing on him. Can I put a blessing on that dude? Yeah. Alright, so this guy. I'm gonna go mana on myself. So this guy is the... They're basically saying, let that Void Walker tank him. Which is fine. Okay, so we got that dude. Now he's healing his little pet. Okay, so I tried to get a little... Hopefully that guy doesn't aggro over. That would be annoying. Okay. He stunned me or something. Oh man, I have no mana potions, so I can use Lay on Hands if needed. Okay, and we're gonna have to just go off of what we can do here. That took everything. That took everything that we had. So there was no way I was doing that without serious help, and that was, I had to use everything, but we got it. So now what I need to do is, I've got to go for Incendosaurs. Hopefully we're not going to be competing over the same materials. But, oh, I grabbed this guy on. Alright, so I'm going to switch back over to my full-on, this is what I can do now. Alright, so we did that. We got the hard stuff done. We have to go get these 20 Incendosaur scales. It's not going to be that bad. We're going to turn everything in, including Prayer to Learn, and find out exactly, once we turn everything in, how much stuff we have to buy. So, the 20 Incendosaur scales, actually we should probably be safe and hit 26 of them up. Okay. We'll do all of that right now. And where are we at on time? Let's see here. We are sitting at... Yeah, so we're probably going to need one more episode because of the grind. There's just no way around that. There's too much grind that's going to be needed to complete the reputation aspect of it. So... we're going to knock out, I think, 20 Incendosaur scales. We'll do 26 so that we can turn in one each of the rep, and that will also allow me to see how much rep we have, how much we need. We'll have technically completed every quest except one. And we're going to have to go back to... we're going to have to go to Darnassus, so since that's... that'll be part of what we do on the next mission. On the next episode, we'll do that tomorrow. We got a lot of all the questing done, but there is that grinding element. So right now what we got to do is find where we died. Let me turn that back on. To find where the Incendosaur spot. It's down there in the lava. We did get close to it on one other episode. It's kind of annoying to get to. There is an easier way if we come in from the top, but since we came in with the ability with wanting to touch the Rise quest, slowed us down or turned me off my game, but I'm pretty sure it's right over there on that side. So there's this, yeah, there it is. You can tell whenever you see those steam vents right there that you're in the right track, and you can drop easily in from the outside to get it. I want this mithril deposit that's down here too. There's a mithril right there. There's not really a lot of mobs down on this lower part. Oh, there is a dude right there. Just a worker. But I want that mithril. Glee Contessa wants the mithril. No. No, I gotta fight both. I could have stunned, but I wasn't really... didn't have my head in the game. I'm still kind of shook up from the way that everything went down there. So I messed up. So basically, when you do Rise Obsidian, let's look about what we learned. As soon as you pick the quest up, it spawns. So be careful there. There is a way to ISO it if you're trying. If you're maybe level 60 and you think you could possibly do it on your own. What you want to do is switch yourself. I read about this online. I haven't tested it, but it seems reasonable. You switch yourself to at war with the Thorium Brotherhood, and that will allow the dude, when he comes out and gives his 2-second rant, it will make him hostile or targetable when he walks up. So you draw him over and you start the fight, and then you can pull him out of the aggro range of obsidian. We'll still go through the script and spawn soon, but that will allow you to handle each one one-on-one. That's not necessarily anything amazing, whoops, but it will let you, because I don't think there's hardly anyone that could do both. But if you, if you can handle the one dude, that's part of it. And then if you can handle Obsidian, it's really Obsidian. You can solo Obsidian. If you think you could solo him with a pet or whatever, okay, then that's the way to do it. Otherwise, you just have to get a group. I'd say at level, around 3 people are fine. Below level, as long as you have like a healer, you know, a tank, you have requisite party members. Alright, so these Incendosaurs are a dime a dozen down here. You do have to kind of fight your way down here. It's a little annoying. But they are all over. The drop rate on the scales is great. I just dropped 3. You're pretty much going to always get... I'd say there's like a 0 to 4 scale. So sometimes you'll get none, sometimes you'll only get 1, but sometimes you'll get as many as 4 scales. So I would say expected value is around 2.5 scales per kill, which is very good. You need 2 scales, I think, for a turn-in. I'll have to double check that real quick. So we're already at 5 scales. What we need is 20 Incendosaurs, so that's going to give us a bunch of scales. I forgot, we're not... They want us to kill. This is just going to give us a nice head start. And then when we go to Darnassus, we'll do the math on how many more we need next time. So we just have to kill 20 of these guys. The respawn rate, there's a pretty good amount of them. There's probably somewhere close to 20, maybe even more, in this little cave. This is the only spot they spawn. We just got 4 from that one. And if you run out, or if there are other people farming them, you're gonna get they'll start respawning. Like you will never have to wait. They respawn so fast that even if there's 3 separate groups farming these things at the same time, they will respawn right on top. Yeah, we got another 4. So we're already up to 13 scales. The problem is that I think it's either 2 or 4 scales per turn in. I can't remember. Or Coco. Sure. I'll accept him since we're going to go for kills. The problem with this guy is now our scale count, our kill count will go up, but our scale count will get cut in half. But it'll save us a little time right now. We'll help this guy with his 20. But it does hurt us in the long run. But if you're just here to kill 20, then sure. Kill this one. Because that's the guy I debuffed. Okay, we got both of them. He's level 50. This is a whirlwind axe. He hits pretty dang hard. As opposed to me. My thing wore off. He cleaved and we got both of them. So we're already at 10 here. So if I was down here just for the farming, I wouldn't want to be part of the group. Because we're all about that drop rate life. Unless, I guess if they were also farming, then whatever. Okay, we're up to 13. But this will allow us to complete our episode a little faster today, and we'll help him. He's only at 8, so we'll help him kill until he's down to 20. So that'll be about 5 more kills than we otherwise would have had. So it'll be two or 3 more drops. Okay. And he's obviously a man on a mission. Human on a mission. Oh, he used shout, battle shout, that's good. Alright, so after this, we're going to head back to Thorium Point because this will end soon. We'll turn in all of the quests, and the only one we'll be waiting on is Dark Iron Residue. Got 4 scales from that one, that's nice. Okay, go ahead and switch to red. That this guy can get some retribution out of it too. Old red aura. Just maximize our damage here since that's what we're on a kill fest. I mean, honestly, this is pretty fast between the two of us. So if we were going this fast, then sure, you could have oh, and he's got some kind of macro or something on the second they spawn in. He's either targeting them, and anybody he targets, he's getting a skull for. He needs 4 more. Alright, so what do we need? He threw a dagger. I see. Yeah, I guess I could be doing that too. Since I'm not really using my stuff. There's not enough time to hit the little... to hit up my chain reaction, so then it's just like which other ways can I passively deal damage? Well, we could get... Alright. Might as well get out of here with helping each other as well. And we ended up we're coming out of this situation with 44. This thing does stack above 20. I think I don't remember what the stacks are on the Incendosaurs scales. It's probably, look, there's somebody standing right there. Oh, it just says Incendosaur. Oh, he probably has like an execute or something. I got 3 more scales. I can't remember if it's 2 scales or 4 scales. Yeah, it doesn't say. Okay, we did a combo, execute, judgment. There's another dark iron deposit right there. I'm gonna go hop down. Alright, so I'm going to hop down so I can get this other dark iron deposit, which I'm suddenly seeing everywhere, so that's cool. Might just be, I don't know, I feel like the other 3 episodes we've done, I just didn't see any of these. Now I'm seeing them everywhere. Alright, so we did everything difficult is done. The only thing we have left is what you just watched. We've got to, we're going to have to grind out a bunch of those Incendosaurs. Incendosaur scales. They don't really give you a lot of resources. You can get like sinew. What were we getting? Yeah, shed lizard skins, stuff like that. I'm gonna wait a little bit, bubble my way up in this stitch. That's the plan. Give myself that blessing of protection and then get the heck out of there. There's another dark iron down there. Just a good day for dark iron stuff. That's your jam. I'm not dropping for that one. Alright, so we're gonna send in now Rise Obsidian. The only one we have to turn in right now is the Incendosaur. Whateverosaur is more like it. And we can do each of the 3 repeatables. We will have everything needed for that. Okay, then within Ironforge, we have the Rise Obsidian to turn in. And we have Darnassus to turn in way on the other side of the pond. Darnassus is going to be a little bit harder to go for. We can try, but in reality, we're just going to have to do whatever we can do. Go to Booty Bay. We can do Booty Bay while we're down there. Mess with some of our blacksmithing. There's thorium up there. Jeez, but it's on the tip top. It won't be. We'd have to go through all those elites to get it. It's a pain in the butt. All right. So first of all, let's do the Incendosaur. Whatever.
Lolo doesn't want to spill any of his precious ale or get his little dress dirty. I'm called in. Yep. Old Hansel is the dwarf they use to mete out a little bit of justice and a whole lot of pain. Oh, me aching feet.
So you get this trinket called Lufa. It's an interesting thing. It's a trinket that removes the bleed effect. It has a 3-minute cooldown. So it could be useful in certain situations. I'm gonna keep my mount speed one on. It's just so unique. Alright, so Incendosaur, Whateverosaur is more like it, is one we're turning in today right here. And we're going to get a few. We're going to do a few of these repeaters all in a row. So we are going to do restoring via heavy leather. So first of all, we have everything we need for that. It's 2 scales per turn in, good to know, and 10 heavy leather and a single coal.
There's always room for more fiery Flux, Junior. Keep it coming, unless I tell you to stop.
Alright, now the actual it says, let's not waste any more of my precious time with jibber-jabber, human. It's time to focus on replenishing our dwindling fiery Flux supply. What I'm going to need from you is the following. Incendosaur scales, heavy leather, coal. I'll take all that you can offer. Do it fast if you want to get in good with the Brotherhood.
There's always room for more fiery Flux, Junior.
Okay, and that gave us, like I said, 25 rep and plus 10%. So 25.5. I can do that one twice.
There's always room for
there are macros you can do. I don't have enough leather going forward. Okay, now King's Iron we can do. Okay, we need coal. So we're gonna have to. But you can buy the coal right from him. You can sell some of this stuff too. That's not good for me. No. 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 I'm not gonna sell the loofah. That's dark iron. Some of this stuff, it's like, put that up there. I could put the dark iron over there. Some of it we can move around. All right, so we need to buy some coal. Let's see, right now to turn in, I can do 10. So we're just going to buy 10 coal. In one way, shape, or form, we can get 10. So that's it. Alright, so let's go with the Kingsblood. I know I have 5. Let's not waste any more of my precious time. Yeah, so same thing with jibber-jabber human. It's time to focus on replenishing our dwindling fiery Flux supply. What I'm going to need from you is the following. Incendosaur scales, Kingsblood, coal. I'll take all that you can offer. You'll do it fast if you want to get in good with the Brotherhood. Alright, so
there's always room for more fiery Flux, Junior. Keep it coming, unless I tell you to stop.
Alright, so we're going to do all 5 Kingsblood that we have. Kingsblood is typically the quickest because it's 4 Kingsblood each instead of 10 for leather. And as you saw, we were able to get a 20 stack for about 2 gold. So that altogether is going to raise us 125 plus 10% of that, so 137, 138 reputation for 2 gold. Now, iron we can get for free. Same thing. This is restoring fiery flux supplies via iron. Let's not waste any more of my precious time with jibber-jabber, human. It's time to focus on replenishing our dwindling fiery flux supply. What I'm going to need from you is the following Incendosaur skills: iron bars and coal. And we can do 5 of these. I'm pretty sure we have 5 of them.
Coming, unless I tell you to stop.
Okay.
How are you? Be good.
There's always room for more fiery flux, Junior. Keep it coming, unless I tell you to stop. There's always room for more fiery flux, Junior. Keep it coming.
Okay, so we're out of Incendosaur scale. Oh, no, we're not. We're out of coal? We're out of iron. No, I have more of all of those things. So, what are we out of? We almost have a 60 to do our final Mage Weave. I guess I'm out of coal? I did my math wrong? We need 5 more? Can I do 5 more? Oh yeah, I got plenty of iron.
Here there.
Okay, so I could do 5 more coal. So I guess I did my math wrong. I don't know. Okay, but we have enough. Or I had more scales than I thought.
What's on your mind?
There's always room for more fiery flux, Junior. Keep it coming, unless I tell you to stop. There's always room for more.
Oh, it's only 2 scales. I did do my math wrong. I forgot. It's not. I kept thinking it was 4 scales, but it's 2.
Talk to me. Off with you.
Okay, so I still have enough for 6 more. Do I have enough for 6 more iron? How much is it? It's 4 iron each. Do I have 24 more iron? That's the real question. We might be out of iron. So, that one's going to be a no. So even though I have a few more scales, I don't have any more iron. I can smelt some mithril while I'm standing right here. But I don't have any more iron. Good to know. I can make a couple. And we're up to 53 gold, so we actually gain gold doing all that crazy stuff. And let's go to blacksmithing. Let's get out of that because I can do these different stones. Solid grinding stones. We need those. Okay. And then I'll be able to make a couple mithril spurs. Not quite enough for 3. So we'll do this. This should hopefully allow me to get up into the 270 between the 2 of them. And then we can do a little math. So between all the things we've turned in, we have to check these quests, but I'm pretty sure neither one's going to give us what we need. We need to do Prayer to a Loon, and we need to do Rise Obsidian. That did not level us up, unfortunately, so hopefully the second one will. I don't think 265 is going to get us any... Oh, 265 is what we need for some of these blacksmithing quests. That would be... I think it was 275 is what we could learn from some of this other stuff, but I think we want to pick up some of these other quests. That'll help us level up our blacksmithing a little bit more along the path. We'll do that again tomorrow's episode. We did not level up with either. That's trash.
Interest you on a pint?
Okay, so that is lame. Oh, we don't need the Torch of Retribution. We can toss that. That's good. All these dark iron things, we will eventually need those. It's Major Healthstone. We don't need that. We will need those 2. Can't control that. And grows soil. I guess I'll put these things around here for now. Okay, so We have no more iron. So it's all whatever it's going to take. So we need to figure out basically how many turn-ins do we need. What do I want to do? Well, I would like to be able to get to Darnassus. So maybe we'll do just a pinch of... We'll do this. There's no point to go to Booty Bay. I don't need that. I do need a bank. The rest of this can get put back, actually. That guy can go to the bank. Why am I in Stormwind? Because I want to get a little closer before I fly to Booty Bay. I'm going to put the loofah in the bank. I guess I could probably put citrine, but maybe I'm still getting citrine out of something.
Welcome to the Bank of
Okay, let's add in,
We offer
put the
financial
loofah in the
accounts and
bank.
safety deposit boxes for valuable items.
Yeah, I'll put more Star Ruby in the bank. Sure, I'll put my citrine stack in the bank. The rest I think is okay. Put this rugged leather in the bank? Guess, maybe. And the heavy leather, let's stick that in there. I do have a 20 stack. So we could use that to save, that's a couple turn-ins. So let's go ahead for that one. We'll grab that. I don't see any other iron. The other one is Kingsblood. It's Wild Vine. Don't need any of that. I don't know what I need all this silk for. Because I've turned in all the silk stuff I need. So this silk that can be set to the side for bandages and stuff. Deep rock salt, I'll keep that stack going. Dark iron ore, I'll work on that. Bam, bam. We will use those. Salt seems fine. I mean, I could put aquamarine in there. No, I don't. I guess. Sure. I guess I'll stash aquamarine for now. No, I mean, yeah, fine. I need to keep these bars. These we'll be using right now. All of that stuff. Okay.
Go with honor, friend.
Yeah, what I'd like to be able to do is to get us going to Darnassus, because that's such a long flight. So let's fly down to Booty Bay, I guess. And then take the boat over. The other alternative is to go up to Menethil and then go from there, but it doesn't really matter if we do it off camera. So we are going to do just a pinch more on camera because I want to set that up. Where we at with time? We're fine. So this will bring us right to that 2-hour mark, and we'll still be setting up for an episode, a pretty long one tomorrow. But we really need to get ourselves set up. So we're going to go down to Booty Bay. So we have to sit that flight, and then we have to take the boat over. And then we will fly from Ratchet up to Darnassus off camera, and then we can hearth out of Darnassus back to Stormwind at the start of the next episode once we play around in the auction house and all that stuff. Let's do a little math right now and figure out what we need for turn-ins so that we can... working a equation out the other day. Alright, so we're sitting at 1215. So we need 1,785 rep. 1,785. So we divide that by 27.5 because that's how much we get for every turn in. So we're going to do 1785 divided by 27.5 gives us 64.9 turn-ins, so we need 65 turn-ins. So we need 65 turn-ins. So that means we need a total of, for scales, that's easy, you just scales times 2. We need 130, and we already have 13, so we need 130 total, and we will need 65 coal. So 65 coal at 5 silver apiece. is 3 gold, 25. So we're going to need to save 3 gold, 25. So basically we have 50 gold to spend on the mats. And we'll get a little bit of gold back, but we need to save that 3 gold. So we have 50 gold that we can spend on mats. And we need 65 turn-ins worth of stuff. So every 20, this is what's going to get us. A 20 stack of Kingsblood is 5 turn-ins. So that would be the best if we could do that. 20 stack is 5 turn-ins. So we would need 13 20 stacks of Kingsblood. A 20 stack of iron, also worth 5 turn-ins. So we need 13 20 stacks of iron or Kingsblood. So the best case scenario would be for us to look at the various auction houses when we get there. Really, we should have looked at one right now. But whatever, it is what it is. The leather is much worse. The 20 stack gives us only 2 turn-ins. Now we have 2 turn-ins waiting right here. So we actually already have 2. So we have leather, we have Kingsblood, and we have iron as the 3 options. We have 2 turn-ins of leather already just sitting there. So we need 63 other turn-ins. And basically what we're going to do is we're just going to get as much as we can, as cheap as we can from those auction houses. And until we can't afford any more, and once we run out of money in that area, then we're going to have to just go around the world looking for iron. Every 4 pieces of iron is another turn-in. So we just hope that we can, get as much as we can. Now we can look at the neutral auction house. I don't imagine money is going to be very good, but since we're sitting right here, there's a neutral. The boat's not here yet, so that gives us a couple seconds. There's a neutral auction house right there. There's another one right over there. So it gives us a little bit of time. Just a second. We can look at it as we walk to the boat, since the boat's not there. And just see if we get lucky and we find. I don't think we're gonna. Nobody uses the neutral auction house for things like this. Let's just say we had Kingsblood. None found. Let's say we had iron bar. None found. Or what about iron ore? None found. And what about heavy leather? Now that's the other good thing, because we are a blacksmith, we can buy iron ore, so that gives us another. You will only buy that in the 10 stack. It does just give us another avenue to try to look for things cheaply. So that's basically what we do. We look at the unit price of these various things. Every iron ore for us is as good as an iron bar. So you just see whatever's cheaper. Nothing available in the auction house. Now we do have fishing to do, so we can spend a couple minutes fishing while we wait. This Booty Bay is a reasonable spot to fish in. We should be getting ourselves up to 270 fishing. Once we take the boat and land in Ratchet, we are done. Yeah, I don't see anything. Tomorrow, next episode, we are 100% going to finish. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We'll have time to maybe. We'll turn in the Prayer to a Loon. We will turn in Rise Obsidian. And we will also continue repeating those quests. We can actually do that while we're on the boat. Once we get on the boat here, we can do our spreadsheet. Okay. Yeah, it's just going to be a matter of grinding the Incendosaur. As you saw, not a lot of grind. We need 130 total. Everyone drops about 2.5. We already have 13, so we really need 117 total. So 117 divided by 2.5. Let's check that out. That'll tell us about how many Incendosaurs we're going to need to kill on the outside. about 47, so 50. That's nothing. Killing 47, 50 of those Incendosaurs, that's nothing. So let's go to the spreadsheet here. And we did our 3 repeatables. The whole purpose of this is we need to get to gaining acceptance. We've already done all 3, but we're repeating them to get to friendly so we can do gaining acceptance. We're going to complete Rise Obsidian. We've already done all of those. We're going to complete Second Prayer of Learn. We've done all of everything else. Everything else in this zone is done. That's good. When we repeat this and we do this on Horde, it's everything that we're doing now, but minus the Centaura Stone that leads up to Rise Obsidian. That questline gone, which is the hardest one. And the Prayer to Elune, killing those guys at the top, that's gone. And the Horn of the Beast, Proof of Deed side one we did, gone. So everything else is there. We will need help killing Overseer Maltorius and getting What the Flux. And we will most likely need a little bit of help. Oh, we don't need help, but because when we get the Forging the Shaft, you just have to kill the Elite or whatever. Maybe it's the Flames Casing. Yeah, Flames Casing. They like my guild name. That's the first time I've ever had somebody say that they like my guild name. I like it. With finally, that's what I do it for. I'm in this guild all by myself. I look fat in this guild. That's the whole point for the lulz. I get nothing else out of it. I'm alone in the guild, basically. Me and my alts. But it's almost as funny. There was a guild I once saw, and I've talked about it on the show, playing Era. And it was... The name of the guild was like... I can't remember, but it was something about like being in the NBA and going bald, which there is a few of them. Watching the playoffs, and I'm just watching. I've been watching a lot of basketball lately, and there is a few where you're like, oh, you too, huh? You too. And one of them was Kevin Durant, and it was just so funny to me. Made me laugh because I had just been watching a series with Kevin Durant. All right, guys, so we did it. We're going to take a flight on out of here to Darnassus. I appreciate everyone watching, listening, and tuning in. You all freaking rock. If you like what you saw today, keep watching on the episodes ahead. We're going to finish off Searing Gorge tomorrow, and we'll get a lot more fun as well. We'll do that with we'll start Searing Gorge with Horde after that. We'll do some more Fables this upcoming week. I've started on the Patreon doing the Assassin's Creed Bloodline, a PSP game. We did about 20% of that game, so we'll keep that one going forward. That will be over the next month or so. We'll play through that game. And we got all those things and much more in store. But for now, all we have is another episode in the pipe, 5x5.